the attention and the rejection and all that, it's just like, it feels so much more like a game and a numbers game. Like I can't deny these things people are putting out there as far as, well, this is what it's like now. Because it seems to be what it's like now. Mm-hmm. And it's just trippy to me instead of just going up and approaching a woman, which I'd still rather do than be on dating apps, as much as people say, oh, but you should be doing that too. Just for the sake of meeting people. You're not necessarily going to bump into these people out in the real world. But I don't know. It's so much easier to, I mean, it's like you said, your time is precious. You can at least get a vibe from somebody if you walk up and introduce yourself. And at least know if there's something. Or at least if you strike up a conversation with somebody, then you know if there's something there. It doesn't even need to be a spark, but just, you know, if you just connect with somebody, you know, have a similar energy to somebody.
Do you find yourself being out in a situation where you can do that, though?
Where I can go up and approach women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all I've done in the last.
But I'm saying, like, when you, where are you that you're doing that?
It has been in bars on occasion. Not that that's been the purpose for going out. Or like if I've seen, you know, a woman in a coffee shop or a store or something like that, I will just walk up and approach.
See, no one has ever done that to me.
Really?
Really.
Wait, ever? Or like since you've been back on the market? I mean,
one
historically,
time,
somebody really.
One time, I would say yes, and I remember this because it was one of the best feelings ever. And
that's exactly what I was good. Go ahead.
And I was walking in the city, and I remember this was like mid-July, and I was walking in the city. I think I was wearing this jacket. This was
you're a snappy dresser as well. See,
I try. But the guy says to me, he's like, you know, aren't you hot? And I'm walking fast because I was like, aren't you hot? And I said, yes, I am. But I committed to this outfit, so we're sticking with it. And I'm like sweating. It's the middle of July. And so he walked with me. I don't even remember what the conversation was, but I gave him one of my business cards. And this was years ago. My ex-husband and I had separated before. We had gotten back together after quarantine to see if it would work out. It did not. And so we separated again. This time it's official, like hired a lawyer and everything. So divorce is happening. But this was years ago, like just 3 years ago. And it was like the best feeling. I went on a couple days with the guy, but like there was no like chemistry.
Yeah.
But that was still the best feeling.
And that's what I'm wondering. Do you wish you would be approached more? I mean, that's probably, do you consider that to be better certainly than having to go through, you know? I
do like meeting people organically. That is actually how I met my ex-husband. But I feel like now when I'm out, because my time is so precious, like if I'm out, like if somebody had approached us when we went out to hang out for dinner that day, I would have been a little annoyed because my time was to be with you. And I, you know, even though we're just friends, my time was with you. Like if I'm out with Jason or Ash, my time is with them.
Right.
So to me, while yes is my answer, at the same time, if I'm out doing something, don't interrupt that.
If you're with somebody, I agree with that. Someone. And I hesitate. If I see somebody, if it's a woman who's by herself, then that's different. Even when a woman's with a group of friends, like female friends, I'm not crazy about that because, you know.
But that's me personally, because a lot of people will go out with the intention of hopefully meeting someone. But me personally, I'm at the age where if I have an evening and I'm out with my friends, I'm out with my friends.
That time is taken. Yeah.
Please don't interrupt that.
Right. But if you're out solo, you don't have a problem with someone approaching you.
Solo?
Well, all right. Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
If you're just out, like I'm going to run out and grab it. Like you're going to grab a cup, you're going to sit at Starbucks or something like that. And you're just like, I'm going to go. I'm just going to sit and enjoy this coffee.
I'd be very impressed if somebody, I think I have a resting bitch face that nobody ever wants to approach me.
See, that doesn't necessarily put me off because again, like rejection isn't kind of a big deal with me where I'm just like, well, why not? I mean, you can also get a vibe from somebody too. Like, never mind the resting bitch face, which is, you know, it's there's a reason it's a thing. There's a reason that expression exists. But it's more like, do I get a vibe from somebody? You know, or just like, is that just a mood or is it because what she's looking at her phone or something like that? I try not to go too deep, but I also don't try to hesitate and overthink it because I can overthink myself out of any situation. I could, if I wanted to, I could just find reasons to not get out of bed if I spent too much time thinking about it. But instead, it's just like, let me approach. And that's it. And it's not always with the intention of like, let me get her number. Let me take her out. Let me have her come back to my place. You know, it's not even like that. It's just talk. Because that's the other thing I feel like there's so much pressure in general on men and women where it's the idea like, you know, gotta secure the digits or like, he didn't ask me out or something like that. I feel like there's so much pressure that's just put in there where it's like, let's have a conversation. I had a conversation with a woman I took the train into the city and I saw just the headphones she had on were these wireless headphones. And I don't like the earbud thing. Like I have them, but I'm not crazy about that. So I actually still wear wired headphones at the gym.
Me too.
But she had these wireless headphones that were like, okay, they look pretty lightweight. They go over the top of the head and they cover the ears. And I just asked her when we got to Penn Station, I was just like, excuse me, what headphones are those? And they were like the newest version of the AirPods. I guess they're the Apple.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
headphones. And I was like, oh, rats. I was like, yeah, I'm an Android guy. I didn't say, oh, rats, because it's not 1945. But I was just like, it's, I got the Samsung, so I can't use them. But I'm like, I keep seeing those. And I do. I see a lot of people at the gym who are using them. And I just think like, oh, I wonder what those are about. But I just thought, well, let me ask her, because why not? She was on the train alone, so I wasn't interrupting anybody. And she was just super smiley and happy and like kind of continued the conversation with me until we got onto the platform. And something like that, it's like there was no pressure. Like, I wasn't hitting on her. I didn't ask her for a number. I had no intentions at all, but just something like that. And she seemed so just like lit up by the fact that I just talked to her. And I just didn't have any intention other than just like, excuse me, can you help me out with something? What headphones are those?
Oh, that's so sweet though.
Well, thanks. But I don't think, and again, I don't think guys are like that, because I feel like guys
there's always an intention.
primitive, and that's it. And that's it.